Hungry Snacks Meals in the building.
I wasn't even thinking about me being on the show. I wanted to produce something for them.
Cool celebrity. Like if I went to the mall and stuff, people like, oh,
The thing was, I didn't even know that anybody ever thought I was ugly.
We look like twins almost.
Okay.
She really wouldn't be able
Covering any more subjects related. So that's why you got the raw reaction. This is pathetic. It's pathetic. Welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea, and I am back with another interview. Oh my God. We got founder, creator. I mean, this is a legend. Y'all know this is a legend in these YouTube reality streets. Karan Wilson. This is months in the making. I've been trying to get this man on my channel to talk about his career. Karan, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me on. I know, I'm sorry. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yes.
You know, so I'm excited to be here. You look great. I like your hair.
Thank you. Thank you. And so do you. You know you're looking good. You know you're looking fabulous. Look at you. Your teeth is looking. Everybody talking about you done went got all this done. You've been looking good. You've been shitting on the girls.
Just the teeth, but if I get anything else done, I would definitely. I have no problem saying it.
And listen, I'm looking into it. Ain't nothing wrong with getting a little nip tuck. Nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely not. I'm all for it. So.
Yes. Yes. So Karan, your name, your name is generating a buzz in these streets, but we know that you have been a legend in this game. There are a lot of shows that have come after you, but you put the blueprint out. You know it. I've been fucking with you since Bad Boys Club Boston.
Oh my God, that was when I was like 15.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yes. And you were on YouTube when YouTube was popping, like when it was uncensored and you could really take us from the old YouTube to now. Like, what was it given? How did you get into this?
You know what's so funny? Like back when I was filming before, I didn't know you can make money from YouTube.
Okay.
So it was a lot of posting, but I think the reason why it worked is because I did it because I loved it. I wasn't doing it for the views or the money. I was just filming because I was just like, I love to film and put projects out. So
yes,
I did. So I was I remember like I believe in school, and we were talking on the bus about like, oh, it'd be dope if somebody made a Bad Boys Club. And I was like, oh, I should probably try and do that because they haven't done it yet on Oxygen. So maybe it might make some noise. So I was like, all right, I knew some people from my personal life, like Marcus Lewis, all of them. And I was like, would you be interested in doing a Bad Boys Club? And I made a post on Facebook and went viral. So then I picked like the top 7 that I wanted. And my aunt was like, you know, she supports me. So she was like, I'm going to let you use my apartment, which was like a 4-story, like this big apartment. Right?
Yes.
And so we started filming it, and then I put it out. I honestly was like, oh, if we get 300 views, that would be crazy. Like that would be more than my classroom. That would be like, so I was really excited. And then next thing you know, 10,000 views, 20,000 views. And I was like, it didn't feel real. So thankfully, you know, like I over exceeded what I thought I was.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot more offers, a lot more celebrities know me because of how I got my start. And now I'm just like, oh, well, I already did better than what I thought. So it can't get any worse than this.
Oh my gosh. And so you were actually living in Boston. That was okay. And how did you get to go to you went to New York after that?
So I lied to my mom and I told her I was going to stay with my dad for the weekend. Now she knows me and my dad, like we really don't have like a relationship.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes we'll try to talk and be cool with each other. And you know, he would like kind of like cover for me, but like, yeah, no, he's with me. But then I would sneak off and take the Greyhound to New York for the weekend, and then I would film Bad Boys Club New York. And then when it came out, my mom was like, so you was in New York this whole time? And I was like, yeah, but I was fine, everything, you know. Like
now it's the dad for me covering for the son. Usually the mom doing that.
And he was like, listen, if you want to go film, just be safe. Call me. Like, he wanted me to call him, like, every couple of hours.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was only like 15, 16.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing. But he covered for me. It came out. I was like, listen, Mom, I already did it. So.
Wow. Well, I bet you she looked at you now and say, that's where you got your start, because we all know that you are on to something great. We all know that. We all know. We can see that you have that star quality. You've always had it. And even through the mess, what would, like in this industry, tell us about the mess. How do we get to this mess? What is it? How do we get here?
As far as like
the cast members, the messiness behind the scenes.
It's hard to kind of give an answer to that, because a lot of people who I haven't spoke with in maybe over a year, I guess it's been a long time since I spoke. Because I think when I finish filming a season, me and the people we film the season with, we don't really talk as much.
Okay.
We go from 2 months of always talking every single day to filming to like now I'm on another project. So it's hard for me to like text everyone.
Right.
So it comes off as maybe like, okay, he might have just used us for the show and now he's not talking to us. But it's like, no, like people call me all the time from like cast members call me all the time. It's like, how you been? How you doing? I'll talk with them like, I'm good. How are you? Like, what's going on? So I think it's just a little random that like people out of nowhere now, people who I haven't spoken to in like a year, are now going and saying stuff. Granted, I haven't saw anything that was said. I'm just kind of going off of like what was posted.
Right.
But I honestly have no idea what the reasons could be. So,
well, let me fill you in because like myself and everyone out here in the YouTube community, because Karan is busy. He's got his projects going and everything. He's not paying attention to this shit. But
and not to sound like, but it's so true. Because I have 3 other projects right now that I have in production.
Right.
I have Miami going, I have a spinoff, and then I also have another show. So it's like, I really, honestly, truly have not seen anything because I've been so busy with that stuff. Me and my boyfriend just got a place together.
Oh, congrats!
I'm so excited. Like, I'm looking for like furniture and like and plates. So I'm so excited about that stuff that like now, like when I open up Instagram and if I see something like me tagged in something, I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And then I'll answer the DMs I need to answer, get off, and go back to my life.
Your life.
Yeah, this is like, YouTube is a big part of my life business-wise, but it's not my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, out of YouTube, no one knows my personal life because I don't really put that out there.
Well, leave it up to the interviews and the discussions, the round tables that I've been seeing on YouTube. It would seem that everyone kind of knows, about Karan's life. So it's no shade. We know that this is happening. We know that people are saying cast members, they left. Can you give us any insight? Sky, Valentine, Pyro,
Okay, well, that's not true. Me and Sky, I haven't spoken to him since April. So don't know where us filming the season, we filmed the finale, Pyro was there. Me and Pyro and his boyfriend had a private conversation off camera before filming happened that I will say probably rubbed them the wrong way because the way I said it probably came off like very much like, whoa, Karan, normally you say yes to everything.
Okay.
It now being this, like, why is this being said? So then it kind of feels like, okay, well, Karan's being unfair because he's saying, don't fight. We're not fighting at the finale.
Okay.
You want to address certain things, you're going to address it at the reunion. You're not going to address it at the finale because there's already been so much fighting and arguing. I don't want to end the season on a negative note.
Okay.
Because reunions, we all know how reunions go. There's fighting, there's arguing, there's crying, everything. So yeah, for the reunion. So yeah, I honestly haven't spoken to Sky. I cut ties like right when your stuff was stolen. That's when I
right. So that's what it's giving. That I guess Sky is being implicated. I guess there's a lot of and you guys, I don't want to get any of this wrong because this is information that is traveling. So I'm just going to say what I heard from these interviews, what I saw. I'm not going to give, around the merry-go-round. Like I said, it was a round table. We had Bam from Miami was on. We had, it was about 8 of them. It was a lot of them. It was a lot of people in this discussion. So it was like Bam, Sky, Pyro, Chance, Nova. And so it was just giving a lot of your cast members from, different franchises, I would say, the different cities. And they all have supposedly the same grievance that you are, just shitty to work for. A shitty boss.
Okay.
I'm going to just sum it up like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basically, everyone has a grievance. But I guess the audience, what you could take from it, it was like they all had the same type of grievance. That Karanis, we give him a place to stay when he comes in town, and he doesn't have money, and Sky is being implicated that he stole the equipment, but they think it was an inside job because you got all of these the GoFundMe money, and everybody saw you living it up at the restaurants. And they're like, you use the GoFund. I mean, it is so many narratives. It's a lot. It really is.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to break down.
Yeah, it's a lot.
All right. Okay, so where should we start?
Well, let's start with Sky, because Sky was the one that started this. He said that him and Monique were mishandled. And Monique, when the camera equipment got stolen, it kind of got, they were their vibes. They wanted to pull out.
That's not true.
Okay.
Okay, so as far as the Monique situation goes, Sky said to me before we filmed, Monique saw the story about my grandmother, and she reached out because she wanted to be there for my grandmother.
Oh.
They happened to get close and connected because of the grandmother. It's not.
Oh, so she wasn't his godmother. She wasn't already in Sky's life?
Well, I can't tell the timeline because the time that me and Sky started filming, he was just saying, like, I think it'll be great if Monique comes on the show. I said, I think that would be amazing because I love Monique. And
yeah, we all do.
No, like that.
Right.
That's great. So we were talking about that. And in my mind, I was like, it's probably not going to happen, but it's a great idea. So if it does happen, fantastic. One morning, I got a call from Sky, and he was like, hey, Monique's over here. She said that we can film today.
Oh.
I said, oh, okay. He's like, but you have to get here in like an hour. I called up all my camera people. Monique said we need to film. We need to be there in an hour. I understand that this is like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning type thing, but we need to go. So we all literally showered, got dressed, grabbed the camera stuff, and went right over to Sky's house.
Oh.
Met Monique, filmed with her. She was super nice. Her assistant was nice. At the time, I was filming for a documentary, so I had other cameras like filming me. So we had a conversation after filming. We hugged for like a minute long. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was great.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden, the camera stuff got stolen. It was around the time where there were some things that happened off camera that is very detrimental to Sky's image.
Oh.
Because of the people involved, I cannot say what it is.
Well, they already have been telling about that. They've been talking about it.
But I think that if people are following the story, they're going to know what it is. It's not my job. I cannot put people's business out there.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention it.
However, people did come to me and was like, this is true. This happened to me. And I said, okay, well, what do you want me to do? Long story short, I'm because I'm not going to get into people's personal lives and what happened to them. So what I will say is that things happen as far as like situations go. He decided he didn't want to be a part of the show anymore. Okay, cool. The camera stuff gets stolen right after. People then on the cast were like, who do you think it could have been? I said, I have no idea. I don't even think it's somebody a part of the cast. Why would someone on the cast steal my stuff? This guy unfollowed me, like blocked me right after my camera stuff got stolen. So then people were like, do you think he might have had something to do with it? I said, no, because me and him don't have an issue with each other. Like, I don't think there would be a problem between me and him because we left off on, think about if you want to finish the season or not.
Right.
The camera stuff gets stolen. Probably, like, I started GoFundMe because, like, my mom and my boyfriend was like, well, you should start a GoFundMe because you never know who could donate.
Yeah.
Cool. The GoFundMe, I probably make like $1,200. Keep in mind, all my camera stuff in total probably costs around $6,000-$7,000.
I know how much YouTube stuff. I know how much it costs, so I know. Yeah.
Just the body of the camera is $1,000.
Yeah.
The lens is $400.
Yep.
I only made enough to buy one camera. All that other money I had to save up. I got a job. I worked, and I saved up the money, and I bought all my camera stuff. As my camera stuff was being bought again, I was updating people on my story. Hey guys, I
was watching. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hey guys, I just got my lens. I just got my camera. I just got the stabilizer. I just got the lights. I have all of the receipts to prove it up as far as like the orders.
What you were buying, right? Mm-hmm.
So the allegation or the comment about me lying about my camera stuff being stolen, it just sounds ridiculous because why would I ever want to refilm a whole season? I make a lot more money if I post the season than I do refilming a whole season.
And where are they getting the idea that it was an inside job or that maybe you did this yourself?
Well, I don't know where that came from, but the reason why I started thinking it was an inside job is because people started coming to me and telling me things that I didn't notice. Because at the time when my camera stuff got stolen, I was super depressed. Like I didn't want to film anymore. I didn't want to do anything. So many, like I had sponsors who put money into the season to promote their brands. So I was like, you don't understand how big this is. Like I lost so much footage. I lost so much money. I lost so much brand deals because all my stuff is gone. And these brands paid to have their products promoted because
of course
here at a certain time.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, when is your show coming out? My show's coming out in July. Okay, we want to pay for a spot because we're launching our company around July. So then, all of that stuff happened. Long story short, people started telling me, well, look at what's happening. All of this happened on and off camera. All of a sudden, he quit the show. He unfollowed you when you guys were cool. What do you think? Do you think that this could have been a situation? I was like, well, I didn't think about it, and people were like, you need to keep your eyes open because people who are your friends aren't really your friends. There was a fight that happened on camera that if it came out, it would look really, really bad for maybe Sky and his people that was there at the filming. So the only thing I ever thought was maybe that could have been the motive because I remember saying, like right after the whole fight situation happened, I remember him saying, this can't make the show because if Monique sees this is going to look really bad for me. And I said, okay, well, I'm not going to put it in there because it's just going to look bad in general because people are going to be like, come on, why would you even put that in there? Why would you promote something like that? So I was like, no, I'm not going to put it in there. But I guess maybe it was like, no, I need to make sure that this doesn't.
Right.
So I'm not saying that he stole it. I'm not saying he had anything to do with it. But a lot of people from production and cast said to me, you need to look out for this.
Right.
I swept it under the rug because I have police reports about the whole situation. Actually.
Receipts. Oh, a receipt. Y'all know how we get down over here anyway. Okay. Receipts.
For everyone who thinks I'm lying about my stuff being stolen, this is a police report from the city of Atlanta. City of Atlanta, that's the number. This is the date. My stuff got stolen around May. This says what? May 11th, 2021.
Yep.
Your incident has been reported to the Atlanta Police Department. Your report will be ready in 7 to 10 business days. This is the email. This is all the information of what happened.
Wow.
This is the place that I went to when I filed the police report. Atlanta Public Safety Annex. Right? These are the information that me and my aunt wrote down for the Craigslist that we've seen of my camera stuff. I also have video of when I found out my camera stuff was being sold on Craigslist.
Wait a minute. Your stuff was being sold on Craigslist?
So the day or two after that my stuff was stolen, people were telling me, look on Craigslist, look on Amazon, look everywhere that you can online, look at the area and see possibly if your stuff could be up there. I have a Canon 1080D with a lens of 150 millimeter. That's very specific. One day after a Canon 1080p with a 155 millimeter lens goes up on Craigslist.
Get out.
I'm so serious. In case anyone thinks I'm lying, I'm going to show you the video of when I found out my stuff was on Craigslist, okay?
What's today, May 2nd? Is today May 2nd? Yeah. Today's May 2nd. I'm on Craigslist right now, and I happen to see my camera equipment on here.
Oh.
And it's in Woodstock. And I also see my mic that was stolen as well. The kind of mic you can't just buy at a store. You have to order it online.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Rode mic.
And you're with your aunt. So this isn't somebody that you're just making this up. You're with your family.
Now, just so
wow.
Any cast member could attest. I was in Stockbridge at my aunt's house. What does that say at the top?
Stockbridge. May 2nd
at
6:04. So if this was an inside job that you did, you would have went through all of this. Put your own stuff on Craigslist and film yourself looking at your stuff. No. Oh, wow. Look at your aunt pointing at it.
Yep. You hear her voice too, huh?
Yeah, I hear her voice. And she's got a pen in her hand. You guys are writing the stuff down.
So
that's a receipt. People
then were like, well, if you're offering $10,000, why won't you just buy your camera stuff? The $10,000 wasn't mine. The $10,000 was from the company that invested and said, hey, you can get that footage back because the footage is more important than the camera equipment.
Absolutely.
Footage is more valuable than the camera equipment. If you guys can give us the footage back at least, we'll pay you the $10,000 because that was more valuable. So that's the reason why that post was made. And I even said to myself, I was like, well, it would just seem like if I have the $10,000, why won't I just buy my stuff back? They was like, because your footage is more important than your camera equipment.
Absolutely.
You think so? And it was like, yes. Because you'll air your show if you get your footage back. If you don't get your footage back, you're gonna have to buy all your camera stuff, storyline, refilm it, and then air it. Or we can offer this money. And so, but the deal was if they did pay that money, I would have to put money back to give them.
Right.
Whatever deal that was. So that's the receipt for my stuff being stolen in case anyone thinks I'm lying about that.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So when you started seeing your things being sold, were you able to get it back?
So I emailed the police department. I emailed the person who was selling it. The only thing that I did wrong, which I will admit, I emailed it from the Gemini Filmz email by accident. So we made a fake email to email the person, say, hey, can we meet up and buy the camera equipment? We have the money. We have it in cash. That way we could see the person. I called the police department. The police was like, well, we can't just show up to someone's house or we can't just show up to the scene. We need to make sure that this is, in fact, your camera stuff being stolen. So if you have a serial number of the camera, X, Y, and Z, because people lie all the time about their camera stuff being stolen just to get money back or to get a new camera. So I said, okay, so I got the serial number, X, Y, and Z. The police said, okay, we're gonna take it into our hands. The minute that we sent the email, I said to my aunt, I was like, fuck, I sent it from my Gemini Filmz email. I didn't send it from the fake email that we sent because, on Google Drive.
You weren't thinking.
I weren't thinking on Google Drive, you can have multiple emails under Gmail.
Yeah.
So it automatically went to my main one.
That you use all the time.
The minute I sent that, the whole fucking thing was taken down. The whole ad was taken down.
Yeah. because they knew whose shit they stole.
Yeah, because my stuff says Gemini Filmz.
Yep.
Like it says it. So it's like, okay, now this person is emailing me saying that they're Sarah somebody when it says Gemini Filmz in the email.
Right.
So that's the mistake I made. But the police fingerprinted the car. So I'm thinking, okay, nothing's going to happen. But unfortunately, they said that they didn't have anything, any leads on the situation.
Oh, that's tough.
Crime scene, I end up finding one of my lights that was like broken and bent. I have a picture of it so I can send it because again, why would I make stuff? And then like once I show you that, we can go into the next question.
Yeah, because I mean, why would a person go through all of this to make a story look like someone else did it, but you're involved? That's too much work.
I don't have time or extra money to be doing all that. I don't.
Why would you want to film your season all over again? That's what.
So this is May 1st.
Wow.
At 112 and at English Ave.
English Avenue.
This is my light that I found.
Wow.
So yeah, that was one of the.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So that was one of the situations that happened. A few days after is when I made the GoFundMe because I just felt like the GoFundMe would be like. I'm not the type of person that like I have a lot of pride, but like people were saying like, you never know. Someone could donate $100,000. You just never know what could happen. Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone. I'm gonna put myself out there, and we'll see what happens.
So now there was a documentary or a production company that has piggybacked off of this and said that they had reached out to you to do a production deal for them. But once they saw this whole story, they were going to pay you. You had quoted them $7,000. And then they said they backed out of it because they didn't want to be, they didn't want to have anything to do with this because, they saw the whole camera thing being stolen. What is the story behind that? You losing a $7,000 deal?
I find. Well, I'm sorry. I don't mean like. Well, no, I don't want to say sorry for laughing because it just sounds ridiculous. But I will say that some of that story is true.
Okay.
So what happened was there was a company. Okay, hold on. I'm getting myself.
You know the people, they want to hear all this because I'm telling you, these streets, you got these streets burning, Karan.
So there's a company. I'm not going to say their name because but I'm explaining exactly what happened. Yep. There's a company that was like, hey, we want to invest and we want to pay you to do a full season of the Come Up somewhere else. I said, okay, let's talk numbers. Nowhere near $7,000. I don't even know where that came from. It wasn't $7,000. Okay. But they were willing to pay. They're willing to pay flight, hotel, and for me to film the season in this area, as long as they get producer credit saying that they helped produce the season. I said, okay, that sounds fine to me. Let's do it.
Right.
Camera stuff got stolen. They donated, and then they said, right now we're not interested in shooting it because we want you to get your stuff together. Once you get all your stuff together and you're up and running, let us know and we'll revisit this conversation. But as of right now, I don't want you to get your hopes up thinking that we're going to follow through with the season. I said, totally fine. At that point, I didn't even want to film anymore. So I was like, that's fine. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, because you were feeling down and out.
I was just like, whatever. Like, I don't care. Like,
discouraged. Yep.
I didn't get any money from it. They didn't spend any money. So
yeah, right.
So that's literally all that happened with that. Now that the season is coming out, I literally spoke with them a week ago. They still want to do the deal.
Oh, okay. Well, why would they send somebody receipts? Why would they go on a blog and send someone receipts then? I mean, come on, guys. Now, if you're going to still work with Karan.
No one knows the production. No one knows the company you're even working with.
No.
So if anyone did send a receipt, that's a lie. I did get 2 offers when I was in Vermont with my boyfriend. We were taking a vacation. We were in Vermont and I got an offer to shoot a project of all females in an Airbnb for 2 weeks for $7 hours.
Okay. Well,
So
maybe
that's probably where the
that's it.
7,000 came from. Again, only a few people know about that. So that's how I know who I'm dealing with.
Right.
However, the girl messaged me 3 weeks ago saying, "Hey, are we still going to be on for it?" I said, "Yes." I said, "Yes. I just need a minute because I'm still working on these projects. So I don't want to say yes right now, and I can't give you my full production."
Right.
She's putting me in a hotel right next to the Airbnb. They want to shoot like a Bad Girls Club real world with
Okay.
8 girls. And so she said that she was willing to pay between $4,000 to $7,000 for me to do it.
Okay. Well, those are jobs. Those are gigs. You are a producer, so that's the type of work. I mean, come on, guys.
The Bad Girls Club All-Star reached out to me and said they wanted me to do their All-Star for the Bad Girls Club OnlyFans. So
Right.
do you think, and with that, like I made the video and I showed the receipts. Why would I have to lie about that kind of stuff?
And then what is it giving about this bad boys club that you're charging OnlyFans, but then you're just putting it up on YouTube? What are they talking about?
I took all the videos off of YouTube and put them on OnlyFans.
Okay.
YouTube keeps striking the videos because of violence and everything.
Yep.
They're saying like you're not going to get paid any money from this anyway. So I'm like, okay, let me take those old videos, put it on OnlyFans because OnlyFans don't got no restrictions. And that's what I did. So,
I mean, see, this is why I wanted to do this interview, because there are always two sides to a story. And everyone is saying, Karan, come interview, because everyone wants to hear your side of things.
Was blowing up with offers for interviews, and I said no to all of them. I fuck with you.
Yay.
So I said yes. However, like literally, I was like, okay, this is the only time I'm gonna talk about it, get my side out, because honestly speaking, this doesn't affect any of my business. I still have so many deals on the table right now. I still have actually more people DM me saying they want to work with me because of this situation than people unfollowing me. I'm actually about to hit 16K on Instagram because I'm getting a lot of free promotion. So honestly speaking, I'm glad that everyone is cool with each other to go on live and talk about me, because this is great. It's really helping me out. So I'm not going to say keep doing it, but if you do want to do it, it's helping. It's getting the bills paid.
Yeah.
And it's getting my name out there even more with other blogs. So
yeah.
I really want to say thank you guys.
But what do you think is it? What is the motive? What do you think? What is going on?
So I'm not sure, but I do know that a lot of cast members called and texted me and said, hey, Sky called me saying that he wants to, so I knew that this was going to happen before it went public.
Okay.
Again, I don't care, because I could have easily said, hey, just to let you guys know, they're about to go live and say stuff about me. It's going to be a group. And I could have warned people. Okay, when I was younger, this probably did affect me a lot, but it doesn't affect me anymore. So people, cast members called me and was like, listen, they want to go live as a group to make you look bad. I don't know what's going on, but I don't like that because I fuck with you, so I'm not doing it. So a lot of people said no.
Right.
And I have the call log for that. All the cast members.
Wow.
All the cast members called me and was like, I never experienced what they're talking about. Like you were always nice to us. You always actually offered to do extra things. So whatever they're about to say, Karan, I just want to let you know I have nothing to do with it. So then a lot of people started DMing me, laughing and being like, honestly, Karan, you shouldn't even respond because they look crazy. And I was like, listen, at the end of the day, it doesn't affect me. I have a new home. I am about to go to Disney World in a few days with my man. I have a lovely family. I have my brother just had a baby. I have a beautiful niece.
I saw your story. She's adorable.
When it comes to people going on live for hours and hours talking about me compared to I have a boyfriend, I have a place, I have family. I focus on that stuff. However, whenever I get around to it, I'll talk about it.
Right.
But I'm only gonna do it if it benefits me. Because if it doesn't benefit me, I'm not doing it. What the fuck?
Absolutely. And as you should.
Mm-hmm.
Because really, at the end of the day, free publicity. This is all free publicity for you. And like I said, keep it coming. Yeah.
I think now the show's even more anticipated.
Yeah.
Now I think the first episode is probably going to do 100,000 in its first month.
Right.
because so many people are talking about it now that everyone's going to tune in, which only benefits me and the cast, because I'm not the type of person to, I don't want to win. I want everyone to win. That's the reason why I'm trying to show your business, your professional, everything. But yes, it's a show, so I have to make sure that the drama's good. However,
well, because they said it's all fake. It's scripted, everything. I know Bam, and this is no shade to any one of you guys, the cast members. I love all of you, every personality on the come up. We are just simply talking about what you guys have been talking about. So it's only fair that Karan gets to tell his side of things. And I'm providing him a space to do that. So I know Bam was saying that it seemed that everything, he said that everything in Florida, that it was all fake. It was all scripted and all made up.
So if that's true, ask Sean, Jamal, all the people that he's gotten into issues with, ask them if it's fake.
Right.
And if it is fake, why would we fight at Sky Zone with kids if it was fake? Why would we have ripped shirts and all kind of crazy
right.
Fake? If it was fake, you fake cried about your family on camera.
Right. Right. So then if it's fake, so then you're fake too.
If it's fake, you agreed to be fake.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
right.
like they're like, okay, with reality, because I want to make this very clear, because I'm very much a realist and I'm very honest about anything. With reality, everything it's not fake. It's put in a way that makes sense for the story. So for example, if me and you have to have a conversation, Karan, third person, Karan would be like, hey, I need you and her to sit down and have a conversation about why you guys fell out at Jamal's party.
Right.
Okay, so we know that we're going to sit down and talk. So before we get there, we have to get mic'd up. We have to sit down. I have to be like, okay, go over there and I'm going to film you walking up.
Right. Right.
All that stuff, if that's fake, then yes. I mean, every show does it. So yes, that's fake.
Right.
I cannot make anyone say, do, feel anything. In the agreement, it states that you are responsible for your own actions and your feelings. I never want to make anyone feel like they were forced to do something, because that's not me.
Also, they do have contracts. They have contracts. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have plenty of them.
Oh, okay. So they're not just it's just not some verbal made up. We have legitimate contracts. Wow. Yeah.
Anytime the area that it's in, Gemini Filmz, the Come Up Atlanta season 3 contract. And I have a whole binder full of contracts and paperwork.
Yeah.
You know, so. And
Gemini Filmz. Do you have your LLC, Karan, or can someone else buy it?
I bought a website domain. I have it copywritten. I also got it copywritten when I first started, because my mom was like, you need to get this copywritten. You need to have it legally in the system for people to know that this is a legitimate business. So I actually do have plenty of contracts that I have with companies of Gemini Filmz. I also have it copywritten. I think it was in 2013 is when I first got the company copywritten. And as far as like making sure that it was a legit company. Recently, I just paid some more to get it trademarked.
Okay.
I have to look at the emails I did, but I paid a whole bunch of money to get like all that.
But you don't have the actual LLC. You haven't gotten around to that part yet.
The LLC, no, because LLC, it goes as paying your employees
right
certain amount X, Y, and Z, and I don't want to do that just yet. So I covered all of like the legal things. So if I do
your branding and your logo, absolutely, yeah.
However, all of that stuff is already in the works. So.
Yeah, but for the business that you do, it makes sense that you would go that route.
Yeah, because people don't understand. They're like, oh, like you need to put your website up. I'm like, but I film, so I'm gonna be paying for a website that people are just gonna look at because it's pretty.
Right.
No. When I start having more merch up there, and certain things I want on a website, then I will launch it.
Absolutely.
Pay money to have a website up there for people just to look at it and be like, oh, he has a website, it's pretty. I get a lot of my bookings from Actually, I literally just got one 12 minutes ago. Let's do it.
Don't show off, Karan. Don't show off.
You know what? I am, because I hate when people try to make it seem like I don't get work, right? So this says, commercial offer. Good afternoon. We would like to promote our new game on your YouTube channel. We're an independent game studio. Present our new game. I'm not going to say the name, but you can read it. Just in case I decide.
I see it. Commercial offer. Yes, I see that. Yes, we see it. Yes. Booked and busy.
The deals are coming in as we're talking right now. Like,
darling, the receipts. It's the receipts for me.
Maybe.
And he's calling his boyfriend in the background too. He's homeless. Remember that.
Yes, please. My boyfriend's cooking us dinner right now.
I know that's right, girl. Yes. Because you stay in them clubs. You stay in them clubs. Yeah, look, he go pour the wine. I know that's right. I'm gonna hurt you. I'll make sure we gonna get all of that. Y'all see that? Yes, it's the K for me. Yes. Director, and we got the Hollywood in the back because that's where you're on your way to. Yes. Absolutely, Karan. There is a side to every story, and this is what it should teach you guys, that even though people are sore and they come out and they say certain things, you still are, entitled to tell your side of it. I knew there was another side to this.
Yes. Can I just ask?
Yeah.
Even though I feel like I might regret this, but I'm gonna ask just for my sanity.
Sure.
You seen all what they said?
Yes.
Okay. So did Nova and Chance say anything negative about me?
Not really.
Okay.
I wouldn't say they really said anything negative, but they played into, what was going on. But I wouldn't say that they really said anything negative, but I would just say that it appeared that they were in with the bunch.
Like, did they agree with negative things that were said?
Yeah.
Okay. I find that interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And I think maybe because Chance might have been sore that you said that he was difficult to work with when you interviewed with TTB before.
Now, question, how long ago was that?
I know. I think that was about 10 months ago.
Yeah, almost a year.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was almost a year ago, and Chance just followed me, and he also texted me. But again, this is not to expose or be petty. This is just saying like facts. Like Chance messaged me, and he reached out and sent his love when my stuff got stolen. Then he also said, "Hey, if you're doing a season 4, I would like to come and join the season." So I and I was iffy because of what happened previously, and I was like, "Oh, he said some stuff about me," but people were like, "You need to grow." You know what I'm saying? Like, forgiveness is key. So I was like, all right, like I'm not gonna hold a grudge. Chance apologized. He sent me long messages saying, I apologize. He followed me. I thought things were like working a little better. And then like, if he's agreeing with the negative things being sent about me, that's weird. But then also Nova was making posts and tagging me, and he was saying like, I'm so proud of you. Keep doing your thing. I'll come back for a season if you want me to. So again, I'm not bashing them. I'm not negative. I'm just saying that if they were going on and saying negative things about me, we recently just spoke not too long ago before this happened. So, and then also I think Montel was a part of it.
I don't know. I didn't see anything with Montel, but I think like TTB is excellent. You guys, that's my brother. Those my brothers over there. Go follow them. TTB. They are awesome. But they were providing space for these conversations. I think he was just facilitating, providing them to be. But it just, when the viewers watched, I just got a sense of that all these cast members were up there and they all had the similar feeling that Karan is this shitty person.
Now, Okay, that's fine. I mean, they could feel that way. That's totally fine. I will say, like, you know, there was, now again, I'm a realist, so I can say things that I agree with. I do think that at times there were times where I myself felt like I was unprofessional because I wouldn't sometimes respond to text in a certain amount of time, or when it came to planning certain scenes, maybe I was 30 minutes late to a scene. Again, not trying to make excuses, because I do feel like, yes, there are times where I think to myself, like, no, bitch, you should have been there before they got there. Why are you getting there 30 minutes late? But for anyone who's watching, to keep in mind, I was dealing with a really bad breakup of my boyfriend cheating on me with a lot of people.
Yeah.
I was dealing with my Nana passing away, so funerals, and she was like my second mother. Again, not trying to make
But life
happens in my personal life compared to business. So I think when people look at me, it's like he's a robot. And most of the time I am. I like, my production is just like, how do you film 8-9 scenes a day and you haven't even ate, you haven't slept? How are you doing this? And I'm like, because I'm committed. I want to get this shit done. And I want to be.
You're good. Your shit is good.
And it's like, I want to be on time, but there are times I'm only human. So there are times where, yes, I could show up late. Yes, I don't respond right back when you text me, and I might respond an hour or two later. Again, I'm only human. So if that's a problem that they had, I will say for myself, I apologize for seeming unprofessional in that area.
Aww.
Only because it's like if it was me and I was a cast member and that happened, I would have been like, what the fuck? Like, why am I sitting here waiting for him for 25, 30 minutes? Like, he should have been here if we already planned this.
Right.
Well, I do 100%.
Yeah.
I'll give that. But as far as me being a horrible person, it's not true. I mean, like, I'm actually way too nice, and a lot of people tell me that. And the reason why I started becoming more bitchy is because people thought that, like, oh, he's really nice, so I can demand anything I want. So now that I'm like, no, we're not doing that. This is how it's going to be. You're not going to say that. You're not going to do that. And if you don't like it, you can leave, and I'll have somebody else come in. It's like, oh, fuck him. He's rude. He's disrespectful. He can just be the king of all of this. And it's like, because in order to run a successful company, you think Anna Wintour from Vogue is going to have a model come in and be like, well, Anna, honestly speaking, if I don't look like this, I'm not doing it. Get the fuck out of here. I'll get somebody else.
Definitely. And for a show that to be successful, it's only as good as its director and EP. So
and that's and a lot of people who talk negatively about me, do you notice that they come back a season or two later?
Well, they all said, when asked, would they work with you again? They all said yes.
All right. Well, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. There
you have it. I mean, again, like, if I'm such this horrible person, it just I think it would have been like came out by now, as far as like, overseas, like there would have been audio, there would have been video, there would have been crazy stuff about me. I really think, and even now I think I'm too nice, and transitioning into the next couple of projects I'm doing, I'm very stern. Yeah. So people are like, ooh. Yeah. Don't like that. Yeah. He's very much like, I'm just like, I'm not saying I'm a bitch, but I'm just very much like, you're not going to do this. You're not going to talk like this. If you don't like it, you can leave.
Well, then I think that would be good, because now then we wouldn't have to hear about you partying with the cast, going out with the cast, going out for drinks. Mm-hmm. If you don't want me to be nice, you don't want me to do any of that, we don't have to do any of that.
I don't have to. I think that, like, if I'm in Atlanta for 2 months and I want to go to a club, I have every right to do so. Yeah. But I wouldn't do it with my cast. Well, I agree. That is very true. And I even said that, like, I don't know if I should be going out partying with them, because they might think that it's like a really personal friendship. And they might think, okay, now since Karan's my friend, he's going to edit out the bad stuff about me. Right. And then it becomes, oh, you didn't take that out. You're a bitch. You're fake. You're this, you're that. And then it's
or like, if they see you enjoying yourself and you're having a little bit of more fun than usual, they want to put that out as receipts or tea. And it's like, I mean, in Hollywood, you see how them celebrities, they get down.
Okay. I was going to say, people will be doing all kind of jokes and everything. Anytime I go to the club, many of men offer to buy me drinks, and some many guys were like, "Oh, can I buy you a drink? You're very attractive." And I'll say, "Oh yeah, you can buy me a drink." But honestly, anytime I go out to a club, I'm with, I want to say more than 5 people, so I'm with like a big group of people.
Okay.
So anytime that I've ever been out to a club, and just to clarify, because I heard this through a cast member, this guy saying that me and him went out to clubs and stuff. That is not true. I've seen him recently after we stopped talking at a club. We didn't speak to each other.
Oh.
With a group of people.
Wow.
And so.
Speaking of Sky, a lot of people, the question, what was the Monique, the whole thing with the Monique? I keep hearing him say him and Monique were mishandled. How were they mishandled?
That's a good question. Right. I really wish I had my footage, because if you was seeing the documentary footage, like, we took pictures together. Everyone was smiling.
So it was only one scene. It was only one day of filming. This wasn't a bunch of days.
I kid you not. If I had a lot more scenes with Monique, I would have taken a lot more pictures. We only filmed that one time. That was the only time that I met her. And we all took a picture together after the scene was done. And then me and her had like a 2-3 minute conversation for my documentary. And then we hugged. And then it was like she had to go with her assistant. And then after that, that was it. I think once the allegations.
Right. She wanted this stuff that she didn't want you to air it, or she had to get her lawyers involved.
No, I think that it was, I think Sky told her something. Well, because this is how it happened. Sky called me probably like 5 different times. We spoke on the phone. The phone conversation didn't go good.
Right.
I blocked him because I was like, I have, if you're going to talk to me like this, I have nothing to say to you. I blocked him. I believe that he went to her and her assistant and her husband and said, he must have said something crazy, because then they called me themselves. And we had a phone conversation. Me and the assistant was talking, but I had a lawyer, so I was like, my lawyer's going to speak to you. I can't speak to you. My lawyer's going to speak to you. They didn't like that. They were like, no, you can't say that you work with Monique because you didn't work with her.
Oh.
So, well, I filmed.
What did they call that? That was work. That's your work, filming.
I guess maybe in their eyes, allegedly, it could have been like doing a favor.
Oh.
Instead of working. I don't know exactly what it was, but I will say this. When I spoke with her husband, he was very respectful to me.
Okay.
He was very nice to me. And we had a mutual understanding. We had a phone conversation, and he was very respectful. And he said he hopes I'm successful. He hopes I do really well. And I never called him or texted him again. We just had that one conversation, and that was it.
So what, does she want her scenes removed from your show?
I don't believe that is true. However, if that's the case, my stuff is already stolen, so she doesn't have to being up there anymore. You know, like we only filmed one time, and that was the one. And that was the one time, one scene that we did. In the scene, it was a lot of crying. She was just talking to her grandmother. She also was speaking to Sky about their relationship, because their relationship was a little like they needed to. I guess they needed to fix their relationship, and Monique was helping them talk to each other.
Okay.
So that was the only scene that we did. As far as mishandled, I was with the utmost respect. I've said nothing but great things about Monique.
Yeah.
I think that when it came to my stuff being stolen, maybe her and her team thought I was using her name to make money GoFundMe, which I don't know how that would even be possible.
And you never said her name at all in connection with it.
I mentioned her name in a live. A fan commented and said, they said, oh, maybe Monique might see this and donate money.
Okay.
So I read the comment, and then I said, oh, that would be amazing. However, she's not obligated to give me it.
Right.
That's not her job. So
so they took that and ran with it.
Yeah, they took that part, and then it was like, you're using Monique's name to make money. And I said, well, honestly, that's not true. And I said, if you feel that way, I took the video down. Like, I took the live down, because I was like,
oh yeah, because they said it took you 5 days to take that video down too.
Oh yeah, because my lawyers were like, you don't need to take it down, because you didn't say anything that was negative. But at that time, I was like, I don't want extra drama in my life. So I'm not losing any money. I'm not missing out on anything by
Right.
putting the live down. It's not that serious.
But as a content creator, see, this is what people don't get. You have the right to fight for what you want to leave up on your channel and what.
And honestly speaking, like not out in a way, I still have the live if I wanted to put it back.
Right.
You know?
Because you didn't do anything. And just because she's Monique, I guess they felt like you were supposed to be like, okay, whatever you say.
That's the thing. I'm not like that. Like I've met so many celebrities. There are celebrities that has DM'd me that I've spoken to that no one even knows about.
Yeah.
People who support me that no one knows about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like people don't even know that Mona Scott Young has seen my work and she told her assistant to tell me that I'm doing a great job, keep going.
Oh.
There are so many people who like support me and who have said, I see what you're doing, keep going because I feel like you can be big in our industry.
You are.
Thank you so much. But I don't run to social media and say, oh my God, can you believe that this person said no? Like, like I don't need to because I've met so many people who are big that what is it for? I don't need clout because I didn't come into this trying to be famous or trying to be like known. I came into it, I just did it because I loved it. And it just so happened to work in a way.
So what can we expect, Karan? What do you have coming up? I know the come up is coming.
Yes, the come up airs next week. If I'm not mistaken, the first episode airs next week. So I'm super excited. It's gonna be I think an hour plus premiere. So it's gonna be an episode. And I have a new spin-off show that I'm working on. It's a love show. So it's gonna be crazy. The Come Up Miami is currently filming. We already did the photo shoot. We've been filming for probably a month now in Miami.
Now, is the guy that's from Philly, is he going to be on there again? What were they calling him? Baby, what was he being called? Sugar baby. A sugar baby. The guy from the little skinny light-skinned dude, he was from Philly. He was on the Come Up Miami. He had the little gold hair.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. No.
Is he going to be on it?
No, but we are bringing back a couple of people from the first.
Because I'm from Philly. So when I saw him, I recognized him. And I was like,
oh, really?
Boy, that little persona you trying to give the girls. I think I made a comment like, this is giving. I've seen him around the way, and he ain't no damn sugar baby.
No, he won't be returning.
Okay.
But I know, well, from my understanding, and I'm not saying this to be petty, I know that he does still support the show.
Okay.
He reached out to a couple of cast members in Atlanta and was interested in the new season coming out. So shout out to anyone who supports and who's going to watch. But I will say, no, he's not coming back, but we do have some really new, interesting characters for Miami.
Good.
The first episode is already explosive.
Oh.
I'm not going to give too much away because it doesn't sound good, but it got to a point where, again, this is not good, but it happened because it's reality and it's real. Yeah. It got to a point where it got a little out of control, and one of our cast members had to go to the hospital. He kind of.
Woo. And Bam, is Bam in this episode? Is Bam in this season?
Bam is not in this season. Bam is not with Gemini Filmz. Gemini Filmz has cut ties with Bam.
Oh.
I believe the finale. We left him there, and we literally haven't spoken. So we cut ties with him, and there won't be any future projects. Even if we talk, which I highly doubt that would happen. But if somehow we ended up speaking, as far as me and my company, I just have no desire to work with people again.
That's unfortunate.
It's okay.
For him. Not for you. Bam, you are explosive. He's very explosive. And I will say that had to be hard to manage because he was very explosive. What was it like working with him?
I will say that he was very nice to me, I mean, outside of the show, he was very nice to me. He was very supportive. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of text messages of him saying like, "You're so amazing. Like, I can't believe that I'm on the show. I think this is going to be great."
Where did it go left?
It went left when, I don't know if you remember, but Prince mentioned Bam liking his ex's photos on Instagram.
Right. Yeah.
Bam thought it was really fake of me to put that in the show. I didn't even know that happened until Prince was like, well, I'm going to have a conversation with Bam. So
Okay.
I want to show the receipts of this before I address him because people might think that I'm just reaching. So I said, okay. So I think that's where it started, where he was like, oh, that's fake as fuck. Like, I can't believe that you would put that in there to make it seem like I'm a homewrecker. And I was like, well, that's not true. This is just Prince's reality. This is what Prince wants to show. And I think that's exactly where it was like, oh, Karan's fake. Karan is messy.
Wow.
And I was like, no, I just am putting in what, for the storyline, I'm just putting in
Right.
what happened. Like, Prince doesn't like the fact that you liked his ex's photos. And so that's what it was. And so literally that was the moment where when that episode came out,
Right.
you know, I was unfollowed and then all of a sudden it was like, fuck Karan. And then I was like,
Wow. Well, that's unfortunate for him because you're going on to do bigger and better things, Karan. We all are watching. We all love your come up. And we love Quay. How's Quay? Is he?
He's so good. He he was saying that we need to travel together to different places because he really thinks like outside of the show, he was like, we need to travel, we need to go out, we need to party, we need to have fun. But I've known Quay before the show.
Okay.
Some of the people I've known before the show, like Sean, Jamal. Like, there are people who I actually were friends with, like Dion, that I actually were friends with that I was like, you know what? If you're interested in being on the come up, let me know. And then I'm like, yeah, look, I'll do it. And so maybe it might seem like, oh, he's being like his favoritism, but it's like, no, like outside
right. That's what you're accused of too, your favorites.
Yeah, no, like I actually have real friends that were like, I don't mind being on, like, I'll do the come up. And I was like, yeah, like, you're my friend. I want to put you out there. Like, whatever I can do to support you, let's do it. But keep in mind, I'm a producer, so when you get in drama, you can't be like, Karan, you my friend, you know.
Get me out of the drama. Write me a good edit.
So Jamal, Sean, Prince, Messiah, Judy, a lot of those people, they understand because they're like, I'm not blaming you for what I did. I did this, so I have to, you know, deal with whatever happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I respect and I love everyone who understands it. There are so many people, so many cast members who love and support me, who message me, you know.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to ask this. This was the last question, and I'm not going to, the whole Judy situation. She's saying that this is a setup, that Sky did not do anything to her.
Judy said this?
Yeah.
When did she say that?
Well, you're right, because it came through someone else.
Is there audio or video of Judy saying this?
No.
That's the answer.
Yeah.
Now, what are the allegations about Judy?
Well, so Judy Doll, right? So so it's that Sky molested her or did something inappropriate molestation wise. And it is being made up that you reached out to her to put that narrative out there about Sky, that he did that to her, and that she reached out to them to tell them that you wanted her to take part in this story.
You said don't show it? Okay. So I'll say this. I don't think that being molested is not a laughing matter.
It isn't.
It's not anything funny. Like, nothing is funny about that. That is a very serious thing. And if I was to say something about that, I would be putting my career on the line if I was lying about something like that.
Right.
So if I do decide to say something about it, or if somehow it comes out where I decide I want to talk about it, 100% believe that it is true.
Wow.
Now, what I'm saying is, allegedly, if that situation did happen, because I never came out and said anything about
Right.
it, so how all of a sudden that situation is talked about, right?
Right.
You never said anything. So now you just got to kind of look at the situation and think about it, because the show airs next week. There's a lot of footage I still have from last season that we filmed that could be posted.
Wow.
So what I was saying,
Ooh.
the only thing I'm going to say about that situation is I respect people's privacy, whether they want to talk about stuff and whether they don't want to talk about stuff.
Absolutely.
If that situation is true and I'm able to speak on it, absolutely I'm going to speak on it, because I don't think that is fair. Now, what I will say is, I have to watch what I say.
Yeah.
I have to watch what I say.
Yeah. I think what you said is fair.
Yes. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
If the time comes where I can speak about that situation, I will gladly speak about it.
Yep.
But until then, I don't know anything. I am just going to leave it where it's at. But if that's the allegation that came out, right, exactly. It's not about me.
And why would it be? Why would someone, like you said, the key part is, why would you risk your career for a lie? Like,
but I will say, okay. I won't.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
And it, like you said, you got a lot of footage that could be used, and if the time comes,
okay, yes.
I would just put it out there.
This is the last thing I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
And this is a broad statement, so it's not even saying anything.
Yeah.
One thing I'm gonna say, and this is because I know that people are gonna watch this. This is the one thing I'm gonna say. I have the footage and I have the audio. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. So moving forward, if anyone's watching this that doesn't like me, and
wow,
the only thing I'm gonna say is I have footage and I have audio of certain things that I decided not to put out there out of respect for our community of brothers and sisters. When I was younger,
you might have put it out there.
Well, that, and not only that, but when I was okay. Yep.
Thank you. This has been another edition of the Sweet Pea Diaries, another interview right here on the Sweet Pea Diaries. You guys be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you share this video. I told you guys I come with receipts. I always get the exclusives. Karan, thank you for being here. We love you.
Having me.
Come back anytime. Plug anything.
I love your hair. It's so pretty. It looks really good. You're really pretty. No, seriously.
Thank you, Karan.